Well, that was unexpected. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Diablo to D&D. My name is David, and today we're going to be jumping into the reaction I had to the Warlock being released for Diablo 2, Immortal, and 4. So I'm recording this a couple days after the announcement, so I've had some time to think about this. I really wanted to get it, right there when it was fresh, but I didn't have the time. So, okay. I'm super excited. Just baseline, I am super excited. I knew that Diablo 4 was getting the Warlock, or that Diablo 4 was getting a new class, and I figured that Diablo Immortal was also getting a new class, but I was not expecting to see the Warlock come to Diablo 2. And this kind of throws a bit of wrench into the works of what I had planned. Kind of. So I had mentioned in some of my other videos that I had considered packaging up the content files that I've done so far, setting those aside, and then transitioning into the Diablo or into the 2024 edition. That has changed in part because I wanted to get the do all of Diablo 2, get all the items, get all the monsters, the systems, and whatnot. But then now that we have a new class to do, I will be doing the Warlock. It's going to take some setup. It's going to take some time. I have the Sorceress Let's Build that I've got to release. And then I can jump into the creation of the Warlock. But I think I'm going to be spreading it out a little bit more so that I can focus on doing the items and the systems and the monsters and talk about that. Kind of give my channel a little bit more variety. So that is it for the channel. Let's talk about the Warlock itself. So the Warlock, if you haven't heard, is in Diablo, is a demon summoner. Way back when, before Sanctuary was discovered by Heaven and Hell, there was a bunch of people, the mage clans, for one of which is the Vigerai, where the sorcerers come from. They summoned spirits, or what they viewed as spirits, and then they bound them to their will and, controlled them. They were spirit summoners. And what they didn't realize was those are demons. That's actually how Hell first found out that Sanctuary exists, is because, in my mind, I'm not entirely sure if this is accurate, but demons kept disappearing out of Hell and returning and talking about how, this was, I saw this new place and yada, yada, yada. And then Hell investigated and found Sanctuary, and the rest is literally history. But when people's backs are against the wall, when Hell is invading, you turn to any help you can get. So even though the practice was forbidden, these warlocks continued summoning demons, continued the practice of using darkness to fight the darkness. And that is perfectly mirrored with the paladin using the light to fight the darkness versus the summoner, or the warlock using the darkness to fight the darkness. They're not, actually, I would say they are darker than the warlock, or not the warlock, the necromancer, because the necromancer is just like dead bodies, right? Just things. But this is like evil, like controlling actual evil. Malevolent spirits are one thing. That's just kind of like viewing someone as desecrating someone's body, whereas this one is quite literally summoning evil specifically to fight evil. But like I said, when your back's up against the wall, you'll take whatever power you can. So how does the Warlock actually play? Now, I've not actually played the Warlock yet. I do have the expansion. If you bought the expansion before you transition all of your characters over, make sure you transfer all of your gold over, as well as your items, because the only thing that transfers is what's on your character and the personal stash. So all of your shared stuff, if you transfer it from Classic or Expansion into the Rise of the Warlock, or Reign of the Warlock, it doesn't get transferred. So I had to make a couple characters, level them up so I can get some max gold in my pouch and then transfer everything over. It took me 3 or 4 hours to get 3 million gold transferred over, which I'm sure, I mean, I have a gold Knight Barbarian. I could probably have just, done that, but whatever. But I've not actually played the Warlock just yet, but I have looked at the videos that the Diablo team have released. And it looks like they have 3 different skill trees. They've got their demon summoning, they've got their, I think it's like chaos magics is one of them. And then I don't remember what the third one is. Give me half a second to look up on Icy Veins. Because Mr. Llama SC actually had a hand. I don't know if he had a hand in creating the Warlock, but he certainly had a hand in creating the quality of life features for the rise of the reign of the Warlock. It looks like they do not have that skill tree up just yet, at least on Icy Veins. Yeah, the Warlock is not yet on the Icy Veins calculator. Let's check some max roll. Okay, it looks like the 3 trees are Chaos, Eldritch, and Demon. Oh, that looks really cool. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Okay, so it looks like some of these are like... Imagine like a necromancer inflicting like some curses, kind of mixed in with some of the like sorceress fire powers, looks like. While you also have the ability to wield some pretty powerful weapons. So... Yeah. I'm looking forward to this. I don't know anything about the... Yeah, I don't know anything about the like the builds or what they'll look like, but it does look very, very interesting. Now, as far as what I had planned on or planned for the D&D stuff, I had planned on using the Warlock framework from D&D, but my initial thought was that I could use, instead of the invocations, use the sacrifice, because that's what they mentioned, is that you could sacrifice a demon in order to get the powers from it, get abilities. And I'd started doing something similar to that, or started brainstorming something similar to that. But it looks like sacrificing the demon, consuming the demon is a high-level ability, so that is probably not going to happen that way, unless I make some significant changes to how I plan for these things. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some serious research on all of this, but I am super excited for all of it. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. This is just kind of an update to what I'm planning on doing, and giving my first impressions of the Warlock. I'm excited. This looks like it's going to be very fun, very interesting, and the demon tree just looks so cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to end it there. You can find me at XenozFan2, that is XenozFan2, and you can contact the channel directly at Diablo TODND on Blue Sky and YouTube. Thank you much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good whatever.